Hello, and welcome back to the Beginner Team Sonic LTS tutorial. Today's stage is Casino Park. This stage introduces the game's infamous pinball mechanics and is one of the biggest run killers. Let's just say that this is not a lot of people's favorite stage. That being said, it does have some fun little strats to play around with, and I'll try my best to teach you those in this video. Let's dive in. Before we begin, I would like to explain some important details about how pinball mechanics work. First of all, switching characters is actually insanely powerful on pinball tables. You can pretty much teleport to your teammate's current position whenever you switch to them while on a pinball table. This makes for some really broken glitches in the unrestricted category, as well as a few in LTS. It's also a good mechanic to be aware of just in case. For example, you fall off a pinball table, but you know that one of your teammates is still on it. Then you can just switch to them and save yourself. Another concept you should be aware of that will save a lot of your runs regards when your teammates go missing. Usually, your teammates would return immediately after leaving a pinball table, but if you're not careful, your teammates will not be coming back. I strongly recommend watching Aura Ace's video that goes more in depth on how this mechanic works. I'll leave the video in the description. That about sums it up for the boring stuff. Let's get on with how to go fast in the stage. As soon as you load in, take the slight dash trail and enter the cannon as Sonic. One neat thing you can do with these flippers is to actually clip under them. Just hold the A button to make the flippers rise, and release it when your character is under it. Mid-air kick your way across this gap and open this door by pulling the switch. I like to switch to Knuckles when doing this, in case I mistime my B press so that Sonic doesn't kick all over the place. Destroy this glass with the fire dunk, but don't fall off yet. You want to switch to Tails so that you can hover on this pinball table to skip all of that pinball nonsense. Align yourself with the middle of this pinball table so that you can take this middle half pipe. You can switch to Sonic to save a little bit of time by homing attacking the speed pad, but it can be risky, so be careful. If you decide to stay as Tails, just fly to the speed pad. Make sure you don't grab this checkpoint as Tails, as we're going to need him to be at level 0 for later. Hit this spring on the right and punch this gong as Knuckles. After clearing this roulette table, hold up left on the stick to skip part of this half pipe, and use this flipper to make your way up this table. Now this is where the missing teammates concept really comes into play. If one of your teammates is missing, don't use an action to recall them back, in this case being a punch as Knuckles. Instead, wait 3 seconds for them to come back. If you mess up, just exit and re-enter the pinball table, and wait 3 seconds. You instead want to punch if both your teammates are still alive. Time for a neat little strat that exploits pinball table physics. Get Tails over to this part of the pinball table. You can do this by either charging up a double rocket accel and switching to Tails, or riding along one of these dice. Once you get into position, thundershoot both of your teammates on this sloped green part. It's important to cancel your thundershoot cooldown by doing a flight accel. The inputs are B, A, B. Land on the pinball table and make sure you're holding up on the stick the entire time, as you still have control over your other teammates. Wait around a second and switch to Sonic. If you did that correctly, you should land on this platform without any issues. Upon landing, press B to recall your teammates and switch to Tails to get on this upper platform. You might have seen other runners land on this higher platform, but doing so is unnecessarily risky as it only saves a second, so I wouldn't recommend doing it. If you struggle with both strats, there's a neat alternative you can do where you jump below this pinball table as Tails. This strat loses a little over 5 seconds, but it's the fastest alternative. Hit this gong as Knuckles and enter the cannon as Sonic. If you want to save time, you can choose to skip the springs, the cannon, or both. I particularly like this strat of switching to Tails before hitting the springs to get your teammates grouped up for a double rocket accel. Use the flipper tech to quickly get up this pinball table. Press B to recall your teammates in case they're not missing, and hit this bumper as tails. If you followed the route thus far, you should have level 0 tails, which will allow you to perform this strat to skip the laser gate. All you need to do is thundershoot Sonic into one of these 2 enemies and take the light dash trail. It's that simple. If you don't have level 0 tails, just take the slight dash and spam B to K. It should put you through it, although it's a little slower. Pull the switch's tails and take the slight dash to enter the VIP table. Just kidding. Just switch to tails and fall to your right and you'll find the goal ring. Alright, and that was it for Casino Park. I hope this was helpful to you, and remember to go follow twitch.tv/bigmikey_.